Alright, Mark, we're back, so I'm just going to break this down into a couple little different videos, just because, you probably already do this, but we need to just remember that we're trying to think of everything as a subtask. And so now we've got a lot of little subtasks going on. We're bringing our obedience into it, but we really do kind of want to think of, like, even the subtask of sitting and holding it, and the subtask of healing with it. Those are actually all little separate things that we're putting together. The subtask of, that's what they'll say about me one day. The subtask. Oh, the subtask girl. Yes, you too, the subtasks. But that's how you need to think of it, that each task really is in of itself, rather than if you tried to combine it all at once. I'll tell you what works, not that. And in fact, that's the new theme of the show, because my character's going off the deep end about the low-level stimulus thing, and it's really now to the point of just stop doing it. Stop doing it. Scarlet! Good girl. So what I want you to think of is the initial subtask that we taught the dog, fetch, was to hold it. Good. That is just something all of its own. I'm not even asking her to sit right now, because I didn't, when we initially did it, remember, there was no sit or anything. Leave. Good. I don't even know how to train a dog to sit. I don't know how it knows it. You must have taught it at home. Fetch. So holding it, good. Good. She's choosing to sit right there, but I didn't ask her to do that. Good. Good. Leave it. Good. Good. And then, and this is all sort of starting to come together. The lines are getting a little bit blurred, but then we had the, the behavior of actually reaching for it. Fetch. Good. Good. Leave it. Fetch. I do like to occasionally do the little. Good. Good. And you can do that as a precursor to, she kind of sit. Good. Sit. She kind of knew that was a precursor to sit. You can see that she saw that. So that's what I want you to think of, all of this, rather than we're trying to throw it all together, because what we're going to start thinking of, holding it, healing it, all that is an exercise on itself. Leave it. But once we do this, what we're going to try to do more of is the dog going away from us. So that's where our going away is going to come in handy, because that's just going to give it more of a utility purpose. I mean, that's why they taught dogs to fetch, because the people were too lazy to go get it themselves. Oh yeah, Crystal, it's not what you think of those little books that you read. No, they were too lazy. That's why, our modern day, force fetch dog gets things like the telephone, the remote control. Remind me, I got a couple of, I've got dozens of non-working remote controls in there. We'll get her fetching that stuff. I'm sure you've by now already seen the photos with the beer. I mean, my training has practical application. All right, Mark, we'll be back with the next subtask